Release Nnamdi Kanu or return him to Kenya, Igbo Monarch tells Tinubu face to face. He said this directly to Tinubu without fear or favor. Watch the video.
To the health of our people. But having come now to Abuja and listened to Professor Mohammed Pate and his team, we are now more committed. So the traditional rulers of Nigeria will now go home and work harder than before. But I must tell you, Mr. President, that personally, I don't feel very happy because you were not here in the morning. There were several speeches. We listened carefully. I listened to the opening address by His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife. And he was gingering all of us to work as a family, to work as a team, to see Nigeria as one. And then I felt maybe this is good. But when you look at it, this same Imperial Majesty is arranging to confer a very high honor on Sunday Igbo, who in my own part of Nigeria in the southeast, we see him as a counterpart of Nnamdi Kanu. And my brother, fellow royal father, the Imperial Majesty, does not seem to understand the pain in my heart when Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto. So, sir, the ball stops on your court. Bring this man out. If we don't want him in Nigeria, return him to Kenya or London, where they took him from. You see, some of us here are being asked to go and work, but the young people in the Southeast are so agitated. They can even beat us. They see us as sellouts. We come to Abuja, they may think we come to collect money. And then we keep quiet. So, sir, please do something about this. Do something about this. We cannot make progress in this country if we don't tell ourselves the home truth. There's no way. There's no way. Now, again, they were talking about Southern Traditional Rulers Committee on Health. And the eminent Professor Pate was saying that this will become an annual event, what we are doing today. if I heard him correctly. The truth of the matter is that there is nothing like Southern Traditional Rulers Council. If you come here, party, and you give money to people on that basis, it's not correct. The South is not the North. We have a system. We need unity in diversity. So that people, so if you want to deal with us in the Southeast. If you have resources for us, give it to us. Don't give it to people who come and say, we are Southern Traditional Rulers Council. Democracy is a representative government. And anybody who goes to present himself without his people is not democratic. So get it. We think that we will do our best. Mr. President, we are going to support this head. Do all we can, but please listen to our cries. May God bless all of us.
Center, Abuja. Addressing President Tinubu directly, Dr. Agubuzu said the lingering Kanu matter was undermining efforts to foster national unity and progress. Quote, "The ball stops in your court. Bring this man out. If we don't want him in Nigeria, return him to Kenya or London where they took him from. Please do something about this. We cannot move forward as a country if we refuse to tell ourselves the truth." End quote, the monarch said. The summit, themed the role of traditional and religious leaders in advancing the Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative, was organized to deepen grassroots participation in ongoing health sector reforms. It featured the signing of a compact by traditional and religious leaders pledging support for improved healthcare delivery in their communities. However,
It play the show na so we see am. A Southeast traditional ruler has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to release the jailed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, or send him back to Kenya where he was arrested, warning that his continued incarceration is heightening tension among youths in the region. The monarch, Eze Ogbunechendo of Ezema Olo Kingdom in Enugu State, Dr. Lawrence Agubuzu, made the call on Tuesday during the 2026 National Traditional and Religious Leaders Summit on Health, held at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. Addressing President Tinubu directly, Dr. Agubuzu said the lingering Kanu matter was undermining efforts to foster national unity and progress. "The ball stops in your court. Bring this man out. If we don't want him in Nigeria, return him to Kenya or London where they took him from. Please do something about this. We cannot move forward as a country if we refuse to tell ourselves the truth," the monarch said. The summit, themed the role of traditional and religious leaders in advancing the Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative, was organized to deepen grassroots participation in ongoing health sector reforms. It featured the signing of a compact by traditional and religious leaders pledging support for improved healthcare delivery in their communities. However, the event took a dramatic turn during goodwill messages when Agubuzu raised concerns over Kanu's conviction and detention. He expressed disappointment that the president was absent during the morning session when the Oni of Ife delivered opening remarks urging traditional rulers to promote national unity. Agubuzu questioned what he described as mixed signals on unity alleging that the same monarch was preparing to confer a high traditional title to Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Igboho, whom he described as a southwest counterpart of Kanu. The Enugu-based royal father warned that traditional rulers in the southeast were increasingly losing credibility among their youths over the unresolved IPOB leader's case. Some of us are being told to go back and work with our people, but the young people in the southeast are so agitated they could even beat us. They see us as sellouts who come to Abuja, collect money, and keep quiet. Kanu, a British-Nigerian activist and founder of IPOB, was first arrested in Lagos in 2015 on charges bordering on treasonable felony linked to his separatist broadcasts on Radio Biafra. He was granted bail in 2017 but fled the country after a military operation at his Afarauku residence in Abia State. He was rearrested in June 2021 and returned to Nigeria from Kenya in circumstances his legal team described as extraordinary rendition. Although the Court of Appeal ordered his release in 2022, the Supreme Court later set aside that ruling and directed that his trial continue at the Federal High Court. In November 2025, Justice James Omotosho convicted Kanu on 7 terrorism-related counts and sentenced him to life imprisonment. He was subsequently transferred to the Sokoto Custodial Center, where he remains while pursuing an appeal. Meanwhile, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, described the summit as a landmark engagement with traditional and religious leaders since the commencement of health sector reforms. The event also featured goodwill messages from development partners, including representatives of the World Health Organization, WHO, and the World Bank, as well as remarks by the First Lady, Oloremi Tinubu, who urged leaders to support the forthcoming National Community Food Bank program. President Tinubu later addressed participants during the afternoon session, reaffirming his administration's commitment to healthcare reform and community-driven development initiatives. Stay tuned.